So as you get further and further through the tutorial, it starts to teach you more and more complex mechanics. So we will keep going through. So that's the first out of 5 stages done. Sparky's going to have a little chit chat with us.
I know a guy in Ravnica who can
Is it
teach you
bolus?
everything.
I hope not.
Especially what not to do.
No,
It's definitely bolus.
Definitely. Nah, he's not there yet. Actually, it looks like he's been there. Look at it. It's in tatters. It's in
Absolute
ruins.
State.
Ruins.
State. Who is this? Mirbo. Looks like a goblin.
It's Mirbo. It's a goblin, I believe, from... it's either Boros or Gruul.
Okay, so pay no attention to the fact that he only has 13 life. It's just for tutorial's sake. In most games, you start off with 20. Alright, so let's have a look at what just happened here. Because that goes against all principles we've already just spoken about. So haste, which is what we can read in the text of the card there, is a mechanic that allows a creature that's just been played to attack immediately that turn.
Yeah.
That's very specific.
When a creature with haste comes onto the board, essentially it has no summoning sickness.
So we don't get to do anything other than play land this turn. We're going to get another haste goblin, another haste goblin. So all 3 of these can now attack if they want.
3 raging goblins swinging in at us for 3 damage.
Yep, and we do nothing about it. That's fine. 16. Second blood. Third and fourth blood too, probably.
All the blood.
Very
the bleeding,
bloody. Lots of
hemorrhaging.
bloody. Let's get some stuff down. Let's get ourselves a shrine cleric down. Get out of here, Craig. Right, so the 3 are going for face again. To block, click or drag one of the creatures. So let's do this. Let's go here. Let's block this one. Because we only have 1 creature, we can only block
1 creature.
1 creature. Yeah, so.
This is a calculated move, though. We have 2 toughness and 2 health going against a 1 power, 1 toughness.
Yeah.
So,
But then this guy just put down a Goblin Bruiser, which isn't very good. Creatures heal all damage at the end of each turn.
yeah.
So that means that now that 1 damage we took earlier gets replenished. We get to play a land because it's in the hand. And then we have a choice now. We can choose to play the Sanctuary Cat.
We have a choice,
Actually-
but look at our mana total. We have 3 mana available. It's a 2 mana and a 1 mana, so we can play both creatures.
Yeah.
Which in here is the play to go for, so that we can stop that damage coming in.
We even out the amount of creatures on the board. Creatures aren't tough enough. Hold them back. Brilliant. So it's basically just advising us to not attack. Because basically if we send our Shrine Keeper towards face right now, the Goblin Bruiser is just going to block it and he's not going to die. So we'll just lose out for nothing.
Everybody but me. Charge!
Everybody but me! Charge!
Alright, so this now plays directly in our favour. We can now choose how we want to block here. I honestly think that our move might be... I think we should block one of these with this at least. Now, our options here are we could block and trade these 2 to the Goblin Bruiser because we do 2 damage here and 2 damage here, meaning we do 4 total. If we did it like this, for instance, if we did this, we could trade that way. So we would lose 2 creatures, but he would lose his 3/3.
We wouldn't actually lose 2 creatures because he's only doing 3 damage, so we would do 2 damage to 1 creature and 1 damage to another, so we would keep 1.
Well then, let's block.
So in that situation, they would choose which one to attack first. So which one would take like the first lot of damage, and then the excess damage carries over onto the next one.
So here we have him playing in his main phase a Goblin Grenade, sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a goblin. Then the grenade will deal 5 damage to any target it wants. So he's got to sacrifice his goblin in order to do that. But then he's going to send 5 damage directly to my face, which is fine.
So I think that's a good point to say while we're talking about phases. If you look in the bottom right hand screen there, you've got how many sigils?
There's 4 of 7.
7. Okay, so you got your untap phase at the beginning.
Which is your beginning, yeah.
Yep. So everything that is tapped on your side of the board, you would untap. Then you get your draw phase, which then leads into the main phase. That is what we were talking about. Main phase is where you can cast sorceries. Then you've got your combat phase, so you declare attackers, they then declare blockers, and then damage goes through. And then you enter what is called a second main phase, where you can use the rest of your mana, you can do anything else. At this point, you can again play sorceries, and then you end your step and pass turn to your opponent.
Yeah, now the beginning and end step do seem like they're not necessary, but actually when you start getting into cards that have specific triggers on upkeep and at the end of turn, those steps do become important. And when you play certain cards becomes quite important, as your mana pool can also give away different, what you might be holding back against the other opponent. Now the other opponent might look at how much mana you've got left, how many cards are in your hand, and then depending on what kind of deck you're playing, they might be able to think for themselves, or you might be able to trick them into thinking you're going to be able to play something to stop them from doing something they might want to do.
That's something I think this might get into later on in the tutorial. If not, that's something that we'll cover in another video as well.
Yeah.
So because he had no blockers out then, we just swung in with both of them to do a bit of 3 damage.
Yeah.
Do a bit of 3 damage.
Hey, look at this. This is the Guildpact.
That is the sigil of the Guildpact.
Yeah, don't forget that if you're watching this video and you are enjoying and you are learning something, to hit that subscribe button.
To join the Guildpact.
Join the Guildpact today, everybody. And we'll learn some more magic. Okay, so this guy put a Goblin Gang Leader down. When it enters the battlefield, create a 2/1/1 red Goblin creature token. So there they are. These are tokens. They're 1/1 Goblin creature tokens. That's all they do. That's all they're good for.
Yeah, so we'll get into what tokens are in a separate video.
So this is a creature spirit. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. So let's put it into the battlefield now. And we should see... There we go.
He'd be a fool to attack you now.
It would be foolish to attack you now.
Our health just increased. And we shall...
Hold back.
Hold back.
Never hold back.
Never hold back. Well,
That's just the way these two decks work.
that's right.
Red for the face. Okay, so because we held back here, we have the advantage now.
Yeah.
So our the 2/2 can trade into our 3/4, so we will not lose our creature, but he will lose his.
Right.
Our 2/2 can block a 1/1.
Easily.
We'll save our creature and kill his again. And when we've got a 1/2, he's only doing 1 damage with his, so we'll save that creature as well. So we destroy all 3 of his without losing any of ours.
Yeah, and we wouldn't have been able to do that if we'd have attacked in our last turn, because he would have tapped our creatures, and then we would have been unable to block this turn. So it was better to not attack.
Defenders tend to have the advantage.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. So he knew that this was going to happen, and what he's done is he's now casting in his second main phase, which is after combat, another creature called the Ogre Pain Bringer. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to each player. So we're just going to take 3.
This is going to hurt.
So that damage can't be blocked because it's an ability and it's not a creature swinging in. You can't block that damage.
He's a very big boy. Okay, we've got another Spirit Guardian. That's fine. It's another creature. We get some extra life. So let's get that on the board. Very nice. Now, he might swing at us next turn. 3, 4, 5. I'm counting up how much attack we've got here. We've got 4, 5. We've got 6. So we could definitely wipe out this guy when he attacks next turn. And I think a trade at this point is not going to be a bad thing because he's got 7 attack. So as long as we don't take 7, we're going to not attack and it'll be fine. Things will be fine. Look, so he's going to go straight for face. He's only got 3 defense, 3 toughness.
Yeah.
So we're just going to just say, fine, send your 7 only at the Spiritual Guardian. And because it doesn't have any extra effects on it, it's only going to put 7 on it. He's going to kill it. It's going to -3 our Spiritual Guardian, but we're not taking the damage, so that's fine. Goodbye to both of those.
That's a 1-for-1 trade, and his was definitely the better card out of the 2. Once our creature was put down on the board, it was useless, essentially.
All right, so... Interesting. So we got a sorcery card to destroy target tapped creature. Now, we do have the mana to play this card, but you notice the blue outline isn't on it. That's because, and also it is a sorcery card, so it would be playable in this phase and after combat phase only, but it requires there to be a tapped target creature on the board. Right now, he doesn't have any creatures that are tapped, and we certainly don't want to be destroying any of ours, so we'll click next.
Mercy on me, please.
Have mercy on me. Well, we only have 6 damage, so we can send... That's exactly what I assumed it sounds like. So now... You see now in our second main phase, now our 3 creatures are tapped, and we could destroy one of them if we wanted to. We don't want to, because that would be a stupid idea.
We gain nothing from killing our creatures.
In this particular instance. But you've seen the difference now between, you know, the way that the card is now saying, yes, you can use me now. This is very specific to Arena, which is why it's great to learn how to play in Arena, because it won't let you do things if you can't.
Yeah.
We'll end our turn. Let's see what he does before we kill him. He plays a land. Well, he plays a mountain. So he's got haste now. He's going to do 1 damage to us. We can't block it because we're all tapped. Fine. I don't care. But now he's tapped, which means our next turn is going to roll around. And guess what we can now play? The Take Vengeance has come back. We've got 5 mana. Let's go ahead and just instantly destroy his creature. It's tapped. It's gone. We even have enough mana to play with to throw the Shrine Cleric in there just for fun. It can't do anything, but we'll just do it
Shrine
anyway.
Keeper. Where are you getting Cleric from?
Did I say Cleric?
You said Shrine Cleric.
Shrine Keeper.
Richard can read.
I can. I can.
So yeah, -5 health he ended up.
Yep, so not too bad. And
game
another
for
victory.
him.
This is your second
This is my second victory ever!
ever. Amazing.
It's not. But for the joke of this episode.
We're going to go for it. Okay, so that will be the end of this part. In the next video, we'll do the next step.
Make sure to click that subscribe button above the video to join the Guildpact. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Join the Guildpact and just get ready for more content.
And we'll see you then.
Peace.
Peace.